We come together this evening really in part to honor and remember those lives lost in the tragedy that occurred in Las Vegas. We also come together as a community to learn and grow together. And we are honored here in Marietta City to host this very collaborative event that includes so many different agencies all coming together to both honor, remember, but also to learn. So on behalf of so many who came together this evening, so many different agencies, as one community, we say welcome.
You know, I want you to know that the law enforcement agency here in Cobb County are well-trained and prepared to respond to any active shooter or situation that we have here in Cobb County. If, like I'm sure many of you watched on TV, saw the news articles of so many brave men and women, first responders, responding to that tragedy in Las Vegas. But also, there were many off-duty deputy sheriffs, off-duty police officers, off-duty medics, off-duty firefighters. And thank God they were there. And not only did they not run, they stayed there to assist and help, as well as a lot of the military. And I'm very proud of all of their law enforcement, the men and women and the first responders. And one thing that I'm really proud of tonight, and Chief Flynn, I'm so thankful for you putting this together, or taking the initiative to do this. It shows just one more example of you, the citizens, being a big part of law enforcement. Law enforcement cannot be there all times. So you as citizens need to be prepared.
When we think back at what happened in Las Vegas, we can't help not only to remember that night and what has transpired and what we have known or we have learned in the aftermath, but we also have to understand that somewhere tonight that someone's missing a son, a daughter, a wife, a husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, friends, other family members, and it makes you sad. And my condolences go out to the people that are left behind, and my sympathy goes out to the people that fell that night in a senseless act. But you know, Las Vegas also helps us to remember of the stark danger that lurks out in the world that we live in. It helps us to remember that sometimes citizens are exposed to those types of dangers. And it also helps us to remember why we have public safety. And while we're remembering the dangers and complexities of this world, we also have to remember that we as a country have to stand together.
In this county, the public safety group hang together. We do this every day on every type of call already. A lot of you are sports fans out there. You see our Braves, you see our Falcons, you see Atlanta United, and you see that they go after those championships and they win those big games. In order to win those big games, they have to do the little bitty things right. They have to do the little things together every day. And that's what we're blessed with the opportunity to do here in this county. Between the fire and the police departments and the sheriff's office, we run these calls, the little calls. They're important to you, but sometimes they're the small calls. Every traffic accident, every medical emergency, everything that goes down where you have a patient that needs assistance from a medical community, you get fire and police responding together and doing that together day in and day out. So I hope you rest assured that when something big does happen, we're ready. We're ready because we work together. We know each other. We know each other by first name. We know each other out on the call. So there's never looking around to see who's beside you, who's in front of you, or who's behind you. You know it's one of the folks you see every day.
You know, we're facing some very dangerous things in America today. You know, evidence, the latest is Las Vegas. But when we face these things, if we face them together as one community of all faiths, all colors, all people, we are stronger. As we're all still reeling from the tragic event in Las Vegas that happened 1 week ago today, we need to pause for a moment and consider where this leaves us in terms of public safety in America in 2017. We now need to ask ourselves, as we conduct our daily lives, each and every one of us, can we possibly avoid the kinds of places where these shootings and some of the violence that we're going to talk about tonight, where these things have happened? These things, unfortunately, gravely, sorrowfully, they're happening all over America. We can't avoid these places. You know, the interesting thing about these horrible series of shootings, interesting thing is they didn't happen, none of them happened in a high crime area or a poverty-stricken area. And the crowds that were targeted were not targeted because of their age, race, sex, sexual preference, you know, any of those things. They happen to everyday Americans. Because we must live our lives without fear. We can't stop doing the things that we do, but we need to adapt to danger everywhere. It's out there. So I would close by asking everyone, remember this, we are all of us, everyone here, we are stronger together than we are separately. I thank you all for caring enough to come out tonight on this kind of rainy evening. Tell your family and friends about what you learn here, and above all, be safe. Thank you. And